There comes a moment when your heart is tired of fighting. Your mind can't carry one more anxious thought, and your soul whispers, God, I can't do this anymore. Have you ever been there? Not just tired, but empty. You cry but don't know why. You pray but feel no answer. You smile, but deep down you're breaking. You try to hold it all together. You try to fix everything, to be strong, to stay positive. But the truth is, you're exhausted. And here's the part no one tells you. That's exactly where God meets you. Not when you're strong, not when you've figured it out, but when you're at the end of yourself. When you say, God, I give this to you. Because trusting God doesn't start with confidence. It starts with surrender. Let's talk about that today. Worry feels like control. You think, if I just keep thinking about it, maybe I'll fix it. If I plan enough, if I prepare enough, I won't get hurt. If I expect the worst, it won't surprise me. But the truth is, worry doesn't protect you. It only drains you. It doesn't stop pain. It just makes you suffer twice, once in your mind and again in real life. Worry is like holding your breath. It keeps you tense. It keeps you tired. It keeps you from living. And the worst part? It makes you believe you're alone, that it's all up to you, that if you let go, everything will fall apart. But God never asked you to carry that. He never told you to hold the world in your hands. You are not created to control everything. You were created to trust. Letting go sounds simple, but in the middle of fear, it feels impossible. We say, God, I give it to you. But 5 minutes later, we take it back. In our thoughts, in our anxiety, in our what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. Because surrender isn't a one-time act. It's a choice, made over and over, even when it hurts. You let go when your heart wants to cling. You trust when your mind is filled with doubts. You say, God, I don't know what's coming, but I believe you are already there. Letting go is not weakness. It is faith in action. It's saying, I don't need all the answers. I just need to stay close to the one who holds them. And the moment you truly release what you can't control, something shifts, not always around you, but always within you. Peace doesn't come from knowing what will happen. Peace comes from knowing who walks with you, no matter what happens. Sometimes we think, if I trust God, things will get easier. If I give it to Him, He will fix it right away. If I pray hard enough, the pain will disappear. But faith is not a shortcut. Faith is a path, one that leads through valleys and storms, not around them. God never promised that trusting Him would mean a life without trouble. What He did promise was that you'll never walk through it alone. He promised comfort in sorrow, strength in weakness, hope in despair, and peace that doesn't make sense to the world. You may still cry, you may still wait, but even in the silence, God is present, working, weaving, preparing. He sees what you don't, and sometimes the struggle isn't punishment. It's protection. The delay isn't rejection. It's redirection. The detour isn't failure. It's grace in disguise. When God walks with you, every step, even the painful ones, are part of His plan. And in His time, you look back and say, now I see why I had to go through that. The world offers quick fixes, temporary relief, distractions, but none of it lasts. None of it fills the deep places of your soul. You scroll, you shop, you chase success. But peace, true peace, doesn't come from what's around you. It comes from who you trust. When you truly give it to God, not half-heartedly, not with one eye still watching the outcome, but completely, that's when something changes inside you. You don't always get answers, but you get presence. You don't always get results, but you get rest. When you trust God fully, you receive the kind of peace that doesn't need to make sense. You receive stillness in the middle of the storm, clarity in the middle of chaos, light in the middle of darkness, and suddenly, the pressure to fix everything disappears. Because you remember, it's not your job to hold the world. It's God's. Your job is to believe. Have you ever prayed, and all you heard was silence? You whisper your fears. You pour out your tears. You beg for answers. But heaven seems quiet, still, distant. It's easy to wonder, God, where are you? Why aren't you saying anything? Why does it feel like I'm alone? But silence isn't absence. Silence is often where the deepest work happens. The seed doesn't grow when we're watching. It grows in the soil, hidden, quiet, unseen. God is like that. In his silence, he's preparing hearts, shifting circumstances, aligning timing, and growing you in ways you don't yet see. His silence doesn't mean he forgot you. It means he's focused on something you can't yet understand. It means he's fighting battles you don't even know exist. Trusting God isn't just believing when you hear his voice. It's believing when you don't. Because faith isn't just built in answers. It's built in the quiet waiting. We've been told that to survive in this world, we must be strong. We must be in control. We must figure out ourselves. So we try. We plan every detail. We worry about every possibility. We blame ourselves when things fall apart. And somewhere along the way, we start to believe that surrender is weakness, that letting go means giving up. But here's the truth. Surrendering to God is not the same as losing yourself. It's how you come back to yourself. Because when you stop trying to be God in your own life, you finally allow God to be God. You breathe again. You sleep again. You feel peace again. Not because everything is perfect, but because you're no longer carrying what was never yours to hold. Giving it to God doesn't make you less responsible. It makes you more whole, more grounded, more in tune with the person God always meant for you to be. You don't lose your power when you trust him. You gain it, because now it's no longer your strength. It's his strength in you. You've been carrying it for so long. The fear, the overthinking, the pressure to fix everything, the silent pain no one sees. And maybe you're just tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of holding it together. Tired of being strong when inside you feel like breaking. So here's what I want you to hear, really hear. You don't have to carry it anymore. You're not meant to. God never designed you to walk through life burdened and exhausted. He created you to walk with him, free, light, at peace. So tonight or right now, wherever you are, whisper it, breathe it, say it from your heart. God, I give this to you. Not because you're giving up, but because you're choosing peace. You're choosing rest. You're choosing faith over fear. And you'll find, when you let go, God shows up, not always the way you imagined, but always exactly how you need.